welcome back to another video. This is going to be the second one this week because I felt bad that I missed last Monday and then I still didn't finish editing the video I wanted to do for this Monday. So I did a video on the Sims 4 Life and Death expansion pack that's coming out October 31st. I probably will maybe do a video on the official gameplay trailer or whatever is coming October 17th. So this is just an extra one for you guys because I missed I missed a week. So as you can see on the screen, I wanted to talk about my time at Evershine because I played my time at Portia and I really liked it. I think I liked it. I'm trying to figure out even why, because I'm not a huge reader when it comes to game playing, but I still was able to follow along with the story. Then also I think it's because it had voice acting too, because sometimes if I don't like reading, at least if I hear the voices, it kind of helps. And then on top of that, it gives you quests to help progress the story, which kind of helps also building the story without having to read much, really. Like different things happen in each quest that prolongs it. So I finished playing my time at Pathea, or Portia, however you want to say it. I say Portia. And I'm currently playing my time at Sandrock. I still like the idea of it because there's not many games where, like, I'm so used to the farming game where you do your farming and you do your fishing and whatnot, but this one is like, with at least Sandrock and Portia, you actually build things. Like, I barely farmed anything in my time at Portia. It wasn't a major gameplay mechanic, so thank gosh. I don't even know how I ended up getting back into it because I played it first for Switch and it was so laggy on Switch. So if anyone's interested in any of the games, even if it's for Nintendo Switch, I still advise playing it on a PC. I have a Steam Deck, so it played perfectly on there. I was actually able to make it through the whole game. On the Switch, I could not make it towards like half of it before it started stalling on me. So I'm still playing Sandrock. I have goals, but my other goal is trying to finish other games I started, which I'm still also debating documenting that because I did finish some other games that I might show you guys eventually. I don't know. That's a thought. But right now, the time is for my time at Evershine. And hopefully I said that right in the previous video. I think I said Evershine. I don't remember anymore. Let's just not get into that. So this is the third one that's coming out, and I decided to do a video on it because I'm kind of excited about it, because even though I'm not finished Sandrock yet, like, I like the idea of the story, how the storyline is driven, because again, I don't like reading a lot. Like, I get bored if I have to read. So there's a voice acting, there's quests that actually moves the story. So even if you're not reading, you can kind of have an idea of where the story's going because you have to do quests that's related to the story, if that makes any sense. I'm in Canada. I'm prefacing this every time I do it. So I actually have to look at it on the app. For some reason, it's easier on the app. I don't know if it's because I'm logged in, but I decided to back this one because I was just like, let's give it a try. It'll be cool to be involved in a game like early on. So this is my first official game I am backing on. Apparently right now, because when we started talking, you're going to be like, wait, they already hit 2 mil, but it's not actually 2 mil yet. So right now, because they're at 2.4 million, they're actually at 1.8 million in USD, and their goal was like 200,000. So they exceeded that beautifully, and it's just amazing how much this game has grown. Because let me show you something that I thought was interesting. I don't even know how. Let me see if I even know how to go back. Okay, this is how I found it. So what had intrigued me about this whole adventure of my time series is obviously all three of them were funded, but look how much: 147% funded, 525% funded, and then now we're at almost 1,000% funded. When we look at this one, it pledged, and again, I think this is in Canadian, so take it with a grain of salt, or like add a little bit less, but they pledged 100. Wait, okay, let me look at this on my phone. This will probably be a lot easier because my phone actually shows the USD part. So give me 1 second. Okay, so based on my phone, it's saying the same thing. So they pledged for 140. Was that the original amount? This is not showing me the same thing, but either way, they made it to 146,000. Considering that it says 100% funded, that means I think they got a little bit more. But the more I look at it though, there's some stuff. Wait, let me see what stuff they didn't get. Additional dungeon type. So they only got up to the ride animals. Can we ride animals? I never even tried. I'll be quite honest. I didn't actually try to ride the animals. There's a humongous pig looking thing at the end, but I never thought about that. Huh, interesting. So that's how far they got on that one. And then for my time at Sandrock, they like times it by 400 like percent. How much was this one? So they got 500. Ooh, last update September 17th. That's my birthday. 524,000. And actually, let's see where they got up to. So they got the new dungeon. So I wonder what that new dungeon was. Oh, and we missed out on we missed out on 2 romanceable characters and the kids to grow up. Wait. This is Sandrock, right? Yeah, I got confused because I saw her here. So I'm just like, what? Oh, more visitors from Portia. So I gotta look out for who's visiting from Portia. I remember this in there vaguely. But man, we missed out on kids growing up. Able to romance all eligible characters. Visit another city state. Wow. I wish I was a backer back then. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but I still think it's cool that like gradually as they grow, they're like getting more and more every single time. So this was like almost double what it was last year. This was like almost double what it was last year. So let's take a look at the trailer. Hopefully this doesn't get copyrighted. Is that supposed to be her? Because I remember she kind of disappeared at the end of Portia. Kind of. And I'm sorry if I'm giving spoilers, but Portia came out a really long time ago. He's cool looking, by the way. I was just like, yep, another Arlo 2.0. She's pretty. Oh, what's sparkling around his head? Whoops, didn't want me to do that though. Oh, that delayed. Hold on, let me go back. Hey, it keeps delaying there. Is that normal? Or is it just my computer? Maybe it's just my computer. Let's not hold it to it. And I just like the style of it, how it's like post-op. What, you could climb that? Gliding, not really surprised about that. Every game's starting to come with gliding now. It looks way more realistic than... Well, I have to take it... Okay, so people watching this, I'm watching this with like my time at Portia graphics because because I haven't these interactions are so cute. My headspan is still at my time at Portia because I haven't finished Sandrock yet. See, this looks like the houses in the Life and Death Sims game. Wow. And I can't build, so we'll be using the prefab ones. Wow. I wonder how this will hold up on Steam Deck. Oh, I love that tree here. My time at Evershine. Who's that? Whoa. That's crazy. So, yeah. So about that, actually, can I watch it again? I think we went through a good chunk of the stuff. Like I touch on things that I recognize. But again, I haven't finished playing Sandrock. I don't think I even budged really on Sandrock. I feel like that's her. Is that her? It looks like her. That has to be her. But like in a fancier drawing way. Right there. I don't know what it is. Telling you, Arlo 2.0. If you guys have played Sandrock, what is Arlo's equivalent? Because I might want. Why is this head sparkling? If this is actual gameplay, I might be scared of it though. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I think it pauses there by accident because it pauses in the same spot every time. But who's the Arlo 2.0? Because I think that'll be my thing. I wonder how far in the game we'll get the gliding. Because I feel like to get like faster transport, it took a while. Like a horse took quite a bit of time. The interactions are a lot cuter too. Or maybe it's just the quality of the game, the graphics that make it look cooler. He might be an option too. I just realized the mouse is on like the weirdest part. Sorry about that. But he's a contender too if he's a romanceable. Yeah, there's not too much to pick out. Like it's just an overview kind of thing. But what made this really cool for me to like witness, wait, why is there noise? Okay, for me to witness is how fast they unlock stuff. So like you see, I think they only strived for 200,000, but they hit like 500,000 in 3 hours. 800, like just over 24 hours they hit 1 million. So right now I think they, based on my phone, not based on Canadian dollars, I think they're at 18. So let me see. So down here it shows you what their stretch goals are. So we achieved one more romanceable character, and if we hit 2 million, we could get player body customization. I agree with what they said with the Portia one, where it looks like you're a child, and then like the Sandrock, it looks like it's kind of in between, I guess you could say, because they have some kids, and the kids are really, really tiny. So I just wanted to take a look at this because I thought it was really cool, but like, they have, if anyone wants to check it out, I think they put so much information. There's some updates that I haven't read yet because I feel like it's probably spoilers from like Sandrock, and I haven't finished Sandrock yet. So if anyone is actually backing this starter, wait, what? Backing the starter? If someone is actually doing a Kickstarter or backing this project, let me know. If like, I know the most recent one, number 23, is a spoiler. It says something about Sandrock and it says spoilers. Let me know if any of the other stuff is also spoilers, because I don't want to read it and find out that it's like a semi-spoiler. But it's also weird because I think they said Portia and Sandrock is around the same time frame, which would make sense because this might be a spoiler. Heads up. But one of the builders from Sandrock moved to Portia, but you don't see him in Portia until like the end of the game. And Portia was the first game, and then Sandrock was the second one. So it's, I think it says they take place in the same time, and then Evershine is supposed to take place 3 years later. So I'm assuming the stories that they're telling you is what's happening in between. But again, I need people here who are like lore lovers and storytellers to tell me if I'm going to be spoiling anything if I read the updates, because I don't want to spoil anything. I need to play Sandrock, but I'm having very little time to do so at the moment. But I love, so like back from my ranting, but they show you some of the characters they have so far. There's a mysterious one here. I like this kind of, like, even if they had it like this kind of cartoon, it looks fine because they look grown. There's some others here. I feel like they added more pictures since the last time I looked at this. But let's see. With my time at Sandrock, we were able to complete our vision of a satisfying story with many memorable characters underpinned by a tighter gameplay loop. We were also able to deliver on the console version, staying at a consistent quality, albeit being a little behind the PC version on the delivery date. But there were some things we didn't do as well. We didn't feel like we completely delivered on the multiple player aspect. We had to downsize the scope due to budget constraints. We made the game a bit too long, so the ending dragged for some players. The house building and factory aspects were not too user-friendly, and romanceable characters received much less attention than others, and so forth and so on. Oh, wow. So I'm going to have issues in this game, because actually, if I like the game enough, I think I could put up with certain things taking a while. Because again, I don't read that much, and I don't really associate with a lot of people in the village unless I'm trying to romance them. So, and I know people are like, oh, you're missing the story of it, but if I had time, I would. So they have like their list of goals. So we want to make the story tighter, but still retain the same standard as Sandrock. We will have a lower number of core romanceable characters, but make sure all their stories and behaviors are satisfying. We'll make sure the house building UX is easy to learn. Rewinding. If they have a lower, does that mean in Sandrock there's like a plethora of people to romance? Because like, I haven't decided who I wanted to romance in that one yet. I'm still just trying to get the mechanics down. Because it is very different from Portia, and there's a lot more stuff in there compared to Portia. So if there's less, that's fine by me too. Multiplayer story co-op will be there on day one with up to 4 players. We are making the art direction a bit more mature and the world a bit more detailed. I thought both was pretty because it was very creative to begin with. Like what was that, post-apocalyptic world kind of thing going on. We are even aiming for mod support so that you can write your own stories. That'd be interesting, because well, to be honest, I don't play with mods often, but like, with a game that has like a lot of story driven stuff, it's interesting to see how a mod would work. Let me see. We want you to leave the game feeling like you have accomplished something great together with your people in town. Our ultimate goal is to make My Time series a must-play series in the cozy simulation RPG space. Wow. In this new title, you'll be playing as the governor of Evershine settlement, recruited into the North Development Plan by the project's director, Mr. Gowdy. Your job would be to build the infrastructure either by prefabs or DIY, recruit settlers, tame the wilds, and build up your settlement into a town, and along with the Northern Rangers defend it. Along the way, you can find friendship, adventure, responsibility, and maybe even romance. I had something to say about this and I just blanked. So in this game, it's more building like infrastructures in your town versus the other one, you're building things. Well, let me digress from Sandrock, because again, I haven't finished playing the game, but my idea from Sandrock is kind of the same idea as Portia, where you're building things to help improve the town, but this one's like you're building a town. So it's just like, is there going to be certain spots that I can put stuff, because honestly, I cannot design to save my life. So my settlement is going to look ratchet, but like if you could give me certain area things where I'm supposed to put certain things, we're good to go. So at least it looks somewhat decent. I'll be happy with that. The basic gameplay loop can be described as the player needing to build up their own settlement, recruit more and better NPCs to make more and more better products more efficiently. In turn, the output of the level of settlement will allow the player to tame territories and surrounding areas. The territories will provide more and better resources and NPCs for the settlement, thus allowing the cycle to continue with no more territories until no more territories are available in the game. So that means, okay, so I can see that working for me. Like you're just building up the areas, and like every time you like, I guess, complete an area or complete like the level of like establishment, you get to grow it bigger and bigger and bigger. I hope that means like certain areas you could put certain things down, because I feel like with some games, like say for instance like Animal Crossing, they give you so much space to play with, and so in the beginning you only have so many space, so you put everything in that one space. But then once you start expanding more, like you're able to build bridges later on, or like whatever else you have to build to get across somewhere, then you can start moving people around, which also takes money, and it's kind of annoying. So hopefully it's just like, okay, maybe if you're in this area, you could open like a city area, and then like as you expand, there's more houses and more, I don't know, more like things specific to that area, so that you're not like building stuff and then be like, okay, well, I want to move this bank all the way to like the other end of the territory. Like if that makes any sense, like I want to be able to build whatever's supposed to be in that area, and then when I expand, build whatever's supposed to be in that area, because this whole moving around thing is kind of annoying for me. And then also on top of that, it always costs money, but we'll see how that works out. That'll be interesting, because again, like I think in the previous two games you didn't really have any buildings to build or move, so that'll be interesting to see. As in Portia and Sandrock, holding the game loop together and pushing it forward will be the main storyline, which we can't talk about too much right now, other than to say it's a bit more adventurous than before, and there's a clear-cut antagonist. Will there be more twists and turns in the story? Possibly. So, clear-cut antagonist. So, does that mean, because Portia didn't really... Well, Portia did have an antagonist. It was that person, like, what was it again? It was like some evil thing trying to control all the electronics, basically. And then Sandrock, I'm assuming was Logan, but like I'm hearing you can marry Logan, which might be the option. But I guess he's not like an antagonist. Again, haven't finished Sandrock yet. The world. Evershine area sits below a giant cista with cliffs made of old world buildings just on the northern edge of the Euphula Desert. It gets its namesake from the giant mutated tree sitting atop of the ridge, which is always blooming for undiscovered reasons. Their stuff is always creative. Like, who draws these stuff? The area was populated until the Alliance and Duvos fought a battle here some 30 years before. Ever since then, it's been abandoned until now. Many of the surrounding areas are still wild territory populated by dangerous animals and bandits. We even hear rumors of a notorious sky shark pirates roaming about, so beware of the danger. That's why I'm kind of scared of Sandrock, because I came across some like really bad, like annoying dangerous animals, and I have to keep remembering to just keep trying to level up my stuff, because I was really bad at leveling up my stuff. When I finished Portia, it was technically my second play around, because as I said, I played on Switch and then I stopped. It is so much easier if you make sure your level matches what they are. Because I was never matched up to this. I don't know. I think I was trying to speedrun it. I don't condone that. So let's see. Story. The My Time games have always put a strong emphasis on its lore and story, and this new title will be no different. It continues the tale of the struggle between the alliance of free cities and Dugals after the events of My Time at Sandrock. There will be new villains and heroes, threats, and from a faraway empire, and even some mysteries from the past, which probably explains that weird, eerie, like, thing that they were, like, running from. Well, there's gonna be adult size, like, oh, these are the bandits, right? Let's see. We want you to connect with the character and care about your settlers. When there is adversity in the game, and there will be, you'll feel like you're facing it together with your people. What does he say? It seems you need me. Well, then I'll stay and help you. Our motto for the game is no matter where you're from, let's make a new home together. On top of that, we're going to do our very best to provide an even deeper experience for the core romance characters than Sandrock. Bruh. Multiplayer, not a huge seller for me. Like, I usually like playing games by myself. I don't know why, because I think when I play games, it's just I want to use that as like a relaxing point, and I just zone out. So for anyone who likes multiplayer, this is for you. Evershine is designed from the ground up to be able to handle multiplayer, aka there will be a story co-op for up to 4 players. Being the governor. The 2 previous games allowed you to customize your workshop and be the best builder. In Evershine, you get complete control over your town as the governor. Decide who you want to recruit, what types of buildings and machines you want to build, who demand them, etc. Heck, you could even be corrupt and put all your favorite people at the most important positions. Up to you, Gov, who's to judge, but remember to feed your people or they'll have a thing or 3 to say. Also, you gotta make sure there's food. Followers. You can set up to 3 settlers as your followers. They will follow you around and do as you tell them, be it fighting, guarding, building, or even collecting. Beware not to openly romance your followers, though. There might be problems. Wow. I would do that on a separate gameplay just to, like, muck around and find out. DIY building. As we know, most of our fan base just want to put down a pretty house and be done with it. We provide an assortment of different prefab designs in the building mode. But for the more adventurous builders, well, you can build your own piece by piece. Every settlement will be different. I'll be using the prefabs because I can't build to save my life. Taming territory. An important aspect of the gameplay is to tame more lands around the settlement. To complete such a task, you'll need to complete some tasks at hand. It might be to defeat some bandit goons or rescue some cute animals. But once a land is tamed, extra benefits will appear. Nice. I hope so, because some of these look very vicious and scary, and I do not want to battle them. Fully voiced. The main storyline will be fully voiced, as well as all core romance and friendship stories. The voice line really helped bring the story of characters of My Time at Sandrock and Portia to life, so we're going to continue that from here. Yeah, I hope it's 100% voiced, because I could have sworn in Sandrock either it bugged out or it wasn't 100% voiced. But there was times where it was voiced, but like no one was talking. Like you can't see anyone, like you can't see their mouth moving, or vice versa. It was really weird. Let's see. New art style. We are going for a more realistically proportioned cartoon style for this game, adding in way more details to the character and environment models. We're aiming to have the highest quality assets in the genre. How are they going to do that with the Switch? Unless they're going to make it for the Switch supposedly coming out soon, because I love my Switch. It's my OG. Because that was like the first gaming console I purchased with my own money as an adult. But man, it cannot do powerful games. Like at this point, I've only been using the Switch for like Pokemon, Super Mario, maybe Zelda, and pixely games. And even then, I still play pixelated games on my Steam Deck. Oh well, that is funny. Why would you want to lift a dog up like that? So, like, if it was like this, I wouldn't have been mad, because this is what I know Sandrock and Portia to kind of be. This is, like, upscaling great. So, let's see. Schedule. Our current schedule calls for a full release in spring of 2026, which I feel like it's going to be forever, but with how fast time is going by, I don't think it's going to be that bad. And then here they go through, like, the backing amounts. What do you call this? I guess the rewards for like if you pledge, what your reward is with it. So it's pretty cool. I backed it, but I did I say where I am? I think I did 45. I'll see if I want to keep that in. But yeah, they have different options for how you want to pledge, and they show you some add-ons that you can do. And let's see. If your original pledge doesn't include a physical item, you won't be able to select them. Okay, that's fine. So why Kickstarter again? My time at Sandrock cost a lot, like 12 million, a lot, and still counting. We expect Evershine's budget to be somewhere in the ballpark as well. Any extra funding is always appreciated, especially since we're trying to upgrade our entire art pipeline. Having extra funding at this early stage of development also allows us to plan for bigger and better things, or just to have enough in reserve to fix things when they go sideways. Outside of funding needs, any early support and good numbers from a Kickstarter can actually help us get better marketing resources from different publishers, media, and platform holders. Another reason is that we've always valued player feedback from the KS players that try our game first. It's been working for us, so why fix it? Cool. And then I think that's it. And then like the normal things. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just overly really excited for this. I know the gameplay is a lot different than what I feel like it's a lot different than what the first two games about. But I think because the storyline is really good and how they go about that storyline in the quest, it just makes it more intriguing to me. And just seeing how it grew over the last 3 games. So like, and then on top of that, with how much it's like reached so far, like it being at 1.8 million right now in USD. Like they have a hidden goal here that we're waiting on still, and we're very close to this one. Well, if this wasn't Canadian dollars, we would have hit it by now, but we have not. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about, because I'm kind of like, this game I was really excited for. I also try to also back Little Sim World, but then that one got canceled for whatever reason. So when I did this one, I was just like, okay, this one would be cool to do because I just really like the game. And like, even now, like I took Portia off my Steam Deck just for saving space wise, but like I'm tempted to just download it back just so I could play like some extra stuff. Because like once you finish the game, you can still continue playing. But also I took it off so it wouldn't distract me from Sandrock, because I'm trying to also finish Sandrock. But I just, something in me felt like this was like something really cool to like be involved in, just because of how much they've improved upon it. And just because, again, I like how they do the storyline where it's embedded in the quest that you have to do. And it tells you why you're doing that quest. So I think I talked enough in this video. So I'm gonna leave it here. Let me try to put it on somewhere where it doesn't look ugly. Okay, that doesn't look ugly. So I don't know if that bar is gonna go away, but whatever. Okay, good. So I'm gonna call it here. I think I've done enough talking. I've been talking for like roughly 30 minutes straight, and I want to edit this the same day I did it so that it doesn't turn into another Sims 4 video where I take a month to edit it. So let me know in the comments like what it like. Are you guys backing it? Are you guys like looking forward to this? How do you guys like my time at Portia or like my time at Sandrock? I will welcome spoilers. Oh wait, do I want to welcome spoilers? Because I feel like Sandrock, well, actually, I have like a year and a half to play Sandrock. So maybe I won't ask for spoilers, but tell me who your favorite characters to romance. Do you like both of the games? What things you didn't like about it? Because I know for me, how it played on Switch was not fun. And Portia, you could see some glitchiness, but I don't even know if it was actually glitchy or just how the game was. I was just happy it ran on Steam Deck. But anyways, I'm going to stop talking now because I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I think that's mean this is like bedtime for me or something. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And yeah, bye.